Kind of? Am I wearing yesterday's jumper? Yes. Did I film this video yesterday? Also yes. I am going to preface this video by saying that even though I have been a pagan since I was about 15 years old, I have only in the last year or so collaborated with other pagans and kind of taken the learning of it seriously. Not that I wasn't before, but I've really... And we haven't got to Yule yet. Moreover, each strand of paganism has their own sets of mythologies, traditions, beliefs and that kind of thing around this kind of year. Around this time of year. So I cannot physically cover all of them, and I can only really cover what it means to me, and don't really know much of the mythology, to be honest. So this isn't about all paganism, this is about my weird Wiccan Celtic influence-y hybrid thing. Whatever I've got going on here. And I'm sure next year I will come back with a better version. But please stay and hear me out, because the things I'm going to talk about are the things I am very confident in and is generally a good overview of how pagans view Yule, the solstice, and I guess Christmas. Do pagans do Christmas? Well, if the atheists can, then why can't we? Christmas has become largely secular now, and it's kind of a global thing. Everybody kind of does it. There are exceptions to that, but it is generally you don't have to be a Christian to do the whole Christmas thing. There are, however, two decently well-known pagan holidays that are around this kind of year. Stop saying this kind of year for fun. For some pagans, those two are the same thing. Is it the same for me? Who knows? Watch and find out. They happen on the 21st of December through to the 22nd, and they are known as the winter solstice and or Yule. I don't know what these are. The winter solstice marks the shortest day of the year. If you can't tell by the fact that it is basically dark, I have a light on over there and this situation not brilliant, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is in the northern hemisphere. It's different in the southern hemisphere, obviously. And Yule celebrates this day as a signifier of the wheel of the year turning and moving towards light and longer days and new beginnings and rebirth. If anything, it's pagan New Year. But in some mythologies it celebrates the rebirth of the horned god, who to some is a king of sorts. The Oak King, the Holly King, or other names for him that are worthy of noting. In sort of like how in Christianity Jesus, the King of Kings, was born for the first time. Sort of. Honestly, it's so varied, but that's basically it. We've got this wheel of the year just moving and turning, and we're going from the lifeless period of winter and like the death of daylight, I suppose, moving through autumn, through winter where it's basically lifeless, there's no leaves on the trees, animals are hibernating, and then we are moving towards spring where new life comes up and animals have babies and leaves come back on trees and it gets hot and the sun comes out. So I guess another thing that's worthy of noting is the horned god is synonymous with sun and solar energy and that kind of thing. To some pagans, but not all. Do you see what I mean about this being really varied? It's really hard to kind of talk about. How do we celebrate Yule? Well, you might notice some similarities with Christmas. We may decorate and later burn a Yule log. So a Yule log is a log, shockingly, usually taken from a tree that has fallen or a branch that has naturally fallen that you find. You don't generally cut one off a tree, that's a whole different thing. And then you decorate it with gold things, with maybe bits of holly, bits of mistletoe, anything really, pine cones, things that you might find out and about when you're looking for your Yule log. So like pine cones, pine needles. The possibilities are endless. I generally would go for a forage and see what I found. But also you can wrap it in tinsel and put baubles on it if you wanted to do that. We may decorate this Yule log or our homes with holly to represent the Holly King, or with oak to represent the Oak King, if that is how you see it. Mythology is hard, okay? We may exchange gifts. We may gather and feast, like a Christmas dinner. We may get very, very drunk off of wine and mead and cider if that is your jam. It is mine. We may silently acknowledge the significance of the day. We may shout and sing and dance and get together in groups. There may be fire, there may be candles, burning of incense of various festive scents. Generally some sort of ritual will occur, but anything that I have just mentioned can be ritualistic, because anything can be ritual, depending on how you do it. I will put a card up here to my ritual, the tool of the pagan and the scientist, which is basically relevant here. It's just turning everything you do into some sort of ritual, especially if you're being mindful of your practice as a pagan while you do whatever it is that you're doing. So Max, ow, how are you celebrating Yule? I'm making this video and then I'm going to drink some Rattler and probably have a nap. So mote it be. I apologise for the vagueness. I would have liked to give more about the mythology, but I just don't have it, and I'm actually really tired, so my brain isn't working. But come back next year and I will go through specifically the mythology rather than an overview of, do pagans have Christmas? Because it's a question I got asked a lot. When I tell people I'm a pagan, they'll be like, oh, do you do Christmas? And I'm like, kind of. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below with thoughts, feelings, questions, and I will do my best to answer and get back to them, or be like, oh yep, you're right, I was wrong. Happy with that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time, with at least one bonus video every single month, apart from this month, in which it's Vlogmas. Maybe I should have done Winter Vlogsters. See ya!